The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman drops a pair of 12-8 decisions to Tusculum. Coach, first thing I got to talk about is the fact that you give up a couple 6-run innings, and it looks like you're pretty much out of the game at that point. But you guys are able to fight back, get back into the ball game, and that's two-sided. Good pitching, keep you in the game, and then from an offensive perspective, you guys were able to kind of push back into it. What's it say about your group that you guys were able to battle back and at least put yourself in a position to win the games?
That was nice to be able to get back, and you want a chance to win ball games at the end, that's all. And we got in the first game got within a run, and then the last game, you got a your best hitters are coming up, and you get a backside, a 2-out line drive, and you got a guy on deck who could do some damage. So yeah, that's all you can ask for, is that your guys keep battling and give themselves a chance to get in the game. But you know this, Michael. You're going to put it in your recap and everything. First of all, they were really good today. Coming back from yesterday, where they did not get the hits with men on base. Today they did. Today they took care of the baseball. We did not. The freebie war, we talked about that freebie war. We walked guys. We hit guys. We had wild pitches. We had pass balls. We made a lot of baseball mistakes out here. Now, part of that, I think, is mental fatigue, and I think it's physically. Mentally and physically, there's fatigue. They were better at it, so they were coached better in that aspect because they didn't make those mistakes. And then there's the baseball aptitude, the idea of knowing what to do during the course of the game. We made base running mistakes right? You know what I'm talking about. Two of them. Yeah. Very costly right there. Not very smart. We're not fielding balls clean. We're overthrowing. We're missing signs. We're doing things on the base pass that we're not taught to do, but we're doing it now. You know what? I think that's fatigue. I think it's mental and physical fatigue, and as a coaching staff, we have to figure out what we might have to change so that we don't have this type of performance during the game. Then it is up to your upperclassmen, because it's their club, to say this is what's acceptable, this what is not acceptable. So now they got to police things. They've got to remind their teammates about what's expected here. Earlier today we had just something as far as the tarp from the plate. No one moved it. It was folded up on the side, and no one moved it. Now, that has never happened before. That has not happened. Usually when someone takes the tarp off, they put it somewhere. Today we didn't. Why? I don't know. We all saw it. No one moved it. BP gets done. No one's taking stuff off the field. Now you're wondering, Griff, what's this got to do with the game? But it does. It's the little things this morning we didn't take care of. Get the tarp off. Get the infield net off. Get the ball carrier off. We're waiting to do that. That didn't happen yesterday. That hasn't happened all year. Today it did. Why? I just think fatigue.
You mentioned the fatigue. Well, this season, when the opponent scores first, it more often than not means that they're able to take control of the ball game. You're 14-1 this year when you score first. What does your team need to do to take control early?
We've talked about that. You're that statistical guy. Well, I looked it up too, and I knew that. So that's why at King we were trying to listen, we're going to try to score one run here like it's the ninth inning. Get a guy on first, let's bunt him. Let's get a guy with a big 1-out, 2-out hit with a runner in scoring position. So we're trying to think about scoring, but we're not doing a good job executing our bunts. It's all the little stuff, but we want to score first because we've been good when that's happened. But we're not been able to do it. We got to find out how to do that. We got to find out how to get them back in the groove of things again.
There's still a lot of time left in this season for you guys to make the adjustments. With the time that you have, and you get 4 days between games and a full week until you get back to conference action with all the weather that's happened, how do you utilize this time to try to enhance some of those things?
That's a great question. And we were talking about this. We have to teach better the game of baseball. We have to review, for instance, base running rules. We're going to go over that. Ball in front of you at second, do not get off the bag. If it's hitting the 6 hole and you've got a green runner, which is a very fast runner, and that guy in the 6 hole don't have a play, where are you going? He only play he may have is to go to third if you go to third, or he's going to throw it to second because you're off too far. So we're going to talk about the rules of base running. We're going to work on bunting so that if we have a pitcher who's dominating or I'm having a bad day at the plate, I can at least put pressure on a team. That's something we've always done. We're going to work on situational hitting, moving runners to third, hit and running to try to create something for our offense. We're going to talk about defense, about handling the baseball, throwing to the right bags. It's just going over the fundamentals of the game. That's something we have to do a better job of as coaches so that our players are playing a smarter game of baseball. The physical part, it is what it is. We can't control certain things that players have or don't have at this point, but we got to work on the fundamental. We got to work on the baseball aptitude of this game, so at least that part we can win against the opponent.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Thank you for all you guys did this weekend.
Appreciate you, Coach. He's Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin. I'm Michael Watring, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.